Good morning. Welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. Can you believe what you're seeing? My table. I have pretty much my whole green mat is exposed. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued love and support. You know how much I love you and appreciate you. So today's video is not going to be very long, but let's talk about cleaning our mats. It's not something I think I've ever done with you on film. So I was on the phone for a while this morning, and so I just kind of cleaned up some scraps and stuff, and I'm trying to finish packing. I'm so close to done. But anyway, so I was like, oh, I can see my mat. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it while I have it cleared off. So I sprayed it just with regular water and went downstairs and ate my Fig Bar, took my vitamins, let it soak. I've taken one paper towel and gone over it. It's still very wet. So I have this plastic scraper. I don't know. I think it's a paint scraper. I don't know. It's something Mark had. And so now I'm just kind of going over it and trying to loosen up all the bits of glue. So if you don't have like a paint scraper like this, you can use a gift card. You could probably use like a nylon scrubby or a non-scratch scrubby. I wouldn't use something like super abrasive on your mat because you run the risk, of course, of damaging it. So I just go along here and scrape it, and that's probably really loud. So let me get it scraped, and then I'll come back and then we'll continue to the next step in the process. Okay, so hopefully you can see right here, that's just gluey bits, right? And so I'm just gonna wipe that up with my paper towel and get that off of the mat. And you know what I didn't do is get my rubbing alcohol before I started filming again. Next, I will just get some rubbing alcohol and pour on this. Let me see if it's up here. It is not up here anymore. Okay, let me go grab it and I will be right back. Okay, so next I just want to do a little bit of rubbing alcohol to try to help cut that gluey bits that don't want to cut with just water. And I'll also do a little bit of Dawn dish soap on my mat and clean it. But this, I just feel like the alcohol helps cut some of those bits that are a little bit more challenging to get off. And I will tell you, do not use acetone on your mat. I've done that. And where's the spot? Maybe it's on here somewhere. I just can't see it right now. But anyway, I did do acetone on the mat, not on purpose. I spilled it or something. Anyway, and I was like, oh my gosh, it takes the color off of your mat. So like it's got these dots or whatever. And the acetone actually kind of like eats it, I guess, for lack of a better word. But it really makes a mess. So you don't want to do acetone on your mat because we do enough damage to our mats with our inks and glues and sprays and all of that when we get oversprays, paint. And so you really just don't want to do more damage to it. Now, these are supposed to be self-healing mats, and I do know it is soaking in water when I'm doing this. I don't know that it's like a healing mat or whatever. This one's pretty beat up. Like I have a different one that I use specifically for sewing. It's actually downstairs on the dining room table right now. And will remain there until spring when I get back because my other table doesn't stand a chance of getting cleaned before we leave. It's a mess. So I hope that you can see like my suds are brown. And that is from the, remnant inks and the glues and just all the grime and dirt that gets into our mats when we're working. Like you don't really think that much of it, but I mean, paper is dusty. It creates a lot of dust. And then, it gets in the crevices and just the whole thing of our our mats and stuff. Oh my goodness. It is a lot of soap. I put a little bit too much on here, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to let this soak for a few minutes. I'll have to go downstairs and get a cleaning towel because I didn't have that up here either. And then I will let this soak for a few minutes. I'll go get a cleaning towel And then I'll scrub it again with my scrubby or my scraper. Try to get the extra bits of the glue off. I don't ever get it all off, but it sure makes for a nicer work surface once it is clean. And I try to do this, especially before I leave, because I don't want to come back to the messes. I mean, this side of my table still has my like bins and bits and a tub of scrap paper, and you know, if I have time to play, maybe I'll work with that bin of scrap paper and maybe do some collage or something to get those cleaned up and get rid of those. Maybe we'll see how that works or how much time I have, because we do have kids flying in next week for the weekend, and then we leave the following weekend, so it's just a lot going on right now. So I haven't really been able to create. I had to make some ticket booklets for my 12 Days of Christmas, but I think did I tell you guys I had to remake those because I made them too small. So I remade them, and so that's all done. I still have to wrap my 12 Days of Christmas books. I have to still film burlesque, so I'm going to actually do that after I get this cleaned up. And then, so I can get that posted for you guys for December 26th, and get my totes taken out to the RV because they're pretty much packed. I am waiting on something to come in the mail, but that's okay because that'll just get thrown in a bin or just in with my stuff. I'm not that worried about it. Not being in with the project kits because those are already packed. And then, yeah, so I'm getting excited. We are really getting excited to go. We need to go. We're ready to go. Just with some things here that are going on in our lives. And I think that it's best if we're not here for a little while to give our brains a reprieve from the daily stress of things. So, yeah, anyway. All right, so some of this glue is loosening up. I can see it's turning white. I don't know. Is that in film right there? No, it's not. Hey, well, I don't want to make you guys sick. Maybe you can see like right there, it's getting white because that soap and that liquid is absorbing into that glue and it's softening it up. So I'm hoping I can get a lot of this off. Like up here is, you can't see, but up here, whoo, over there, I have a big splotch that is softening up too. So yeah, this is good. I'm glad to be getting this cleaned up. So I'll be back in just a bit. So I was going down to get my cleaning towel, and it's just damp with water, just to get the excess off. And then we'll scrape some more before I totally get all of it off. But I was thinking about the scraps and a way to use them. And I still need to do my 12 days of Christmas wrapping. And I thought, well, how fun. We can use our scraps and make the labels for our presents. So maybe we'll do that together. Is that something you guys would like to see? Okay, can you see this here? That is all glue, and this is all glue. So by allowing that to soak and scraping it, I'm getting all those extra gluey bits off. So I'll keep scraping because I don't know how loud that's coming through in the microphone. But I'll keep scraping, and then I'll get it rinsed off and dried off. And then we'll be back. Yay. So much, much better. Look at that. A whole mat pretty much empty over there. I do have this pile here that I still have to deal with. Like these are my trays and stuff that are usually up top here. And then I have a few things over on that side that needs to be dealt with, but not anything too crazy. So that being said, how often do you clean your mat? And do you have any tips or tricks for me? Maybe there's an easier way. This is just the way that I know how to do it. And it does help get a lot of the gluey mess off. So, I mean, I got, after the second time when I was like scraping it again, after the soap had soaked in, I got a whole lot more glue off of it. It's not perfect. It's not 100%, but it's my messy mat and I'm okay with that. So, yeah, I'm going to make sure it's completely dry, and then I'm going to film the final flip through of burlesque, and then just think that maybe maybe tomorrow morning I will work on scraps and making the tags for the 12 days gifts, and then we can be done with that. So let me know if that's something that you'd like to see or not. And anyway, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Have a great day. Bye.